In this video, we'll talk about design intent, and I'll also show you the importance of design intent and why you should always make your drawing with the design intent in mind. So I'm using two drawings, design intent and no design intent. Both are SolidWorks part. Now this is the first file, which is design intent SolidWorks part. I'll go to the second one. I'll click on window and I'll switch to no design intent. So you need to open both the files, so just double click to open both. Now here we have three holes and every other thing, and it looks kind of similar except for the color. Both of these drawings look similar, but let me show you the difference here. I will go to the first feature, that's this Boss Base Extrude, and it's available here in the feature manager. I'll just select it, then I'll expand it, and right underneath it you'll see this sketch which has been used to make this feature. So I'll select that sketch and I'll click on edit sketch. Alright, now we are in the edit sketch environment. I will change one of the dimensions that makes this sketch. So I'll double click this dimension, that's the thickness of this part, and this will allow me to change this dimension. So I'll make it 3 unit and I'll click on this green tick mark. So it is now changed. Now we have this thickness as 3 unit. So we are done. Let's click on exit. All right. And let me orbit this drawing and you'll see this. Now we no longer have these two holes. And why is that? Well, that's because the thickness has increased and the hole thickness is just 2 unit. It's just 2 mm. But now this object has a total thickness of 3 unit or 3 mm. And that's why, well, we no longer have that hole. All right, but let's switch to the second part. So I'll go to window and I'll go to this design intent part and I'll do the same thing. I'll go to this Boss Base Extrude feature and sketch. I'll click on it, then I'll click on edit sketch. All right, we have this 2 unit. Let's double click here and again change it to 3 and I'll click OK. All right, again it's 3, so nothing significant, right? But let me exit this and I'll switch it to this view. And so what's so different about this drawing? We still have that hole. So this is a drawing or a part which has been made with design intent in mind. Now we always want a hole no matter what the thickness of this part is. That's why when making this hole, I've selected a criteria which will allow me to keep this hole throughout different thicknesses. And that's what design intent is all about. So let's see another example of this design intent. I'll go to this cut extrude 1. Okay, that's this one. Again, I'll expand this. I'll select the sketch and edit sketch. Now again, in this case, we have a single dimension here which is controlling this sketch here. All right, but we don't have any dimension controlling this one. Well, we do actually have one. So let me change this as well. So I'll double click here and I'll change this dimension to 14 unit. All right, that's 14. I'll click OK and just look at this. Now, when I change it to 14, this moved closer to the center line, but it automatically moved this circle closer to the center line. And it did it in such a way that both of these circles are exactly at the same distance from this center line. So once again, this has been made with design intent in mind because we just want the second hole to remain exactly equal in distance from this center line. And well, basically we just want both of these holes to remain equidistant from this center line, and that's what the design intent was. So if I exit this now, well, the holes will update and they will still remain equidistant. Now let's try it again for the second part. So I'll go to window, no design intent, and let's try it. So I'll go to this cut extrude 1, expand it, sketch 3 and edit sketch. All right, immediately you'll see something is off here. We have 2 dimensions now. So obviously design intent has not been kept in mind while making this thing. So if I change this dimension, this is not going to change, well, this. So obviously you need to do that again for this. If you want to keep it equidistant, you just need to go here, type 12, and you can do that. But again, that's not the best way of making sketches. So if you want to keep both of these equidistant from your center line, make sure you add that kind of constraints or relations so as the design intent is maintained. And that's what we will do throughout this complete course. So we'll try to maintain design intent as far as possible, and that's how you should also try to make your drawings in real world applications.